what is it? Taco Tuesday? Are you still eating that food? Or
I'm still no. I'm every once in a while. For the most part, I I eat meat every once in a while, but not as much as I used to.
because I know that that you are a carnivore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You are a meat eater, but you know. Hoodlum, yeah. What's going on, Hoodlum?
What's up, Hoodlum? Haven't heard from you in a while. Here and there. Hi, bye.
Well, no. Last time we were talking, he was interested in buying a vehicle. I think we're all over the place on. We're telling him get a truck, Ford, Chevy, all the good stuff. Aside from the football talk, but yeah, we do definitely miss him on the football side of talk. Um, Let me see. I'm just trying to get us situated on TikTok because we are live on TikTok. Um, we already talked about Deuce Vaughn. I know on Sunday we talked about the OTAs. The OTAs. The news that we've gotten is just it's all great news, man. I mean, not only that, but we're hearing the players expressing themselves, and you just hear this thing that the coaching staff, the players, the assistant coaches, they all seem to be on the same page. That's the one biggest takeaway I've gotten so far. What is your biggest takeaway that you've gotten?
I don't like. For me, it's more of. It's still one of those. It's still early. I I get the whole thing, and we don't have all the starters playing, but for me, it does sound good that some of these guys get to step in the starting role um, that necessarily wouldn't be, like an Eric Scott. It's unfortunate for Schoonmaker; he was in a boot. Um, but I think I'd rather have those things happen now than later, to be honest. Um, but no, man, I think right now, I think it's more of getting the offense ready to go, all the new nuisance that they got going on, kind of hashing those things out with the players. The three players that I'm just happy that are there are Gallup, Lamb, and Cook together.
That's the top three wide
That
receivers.
that's all that matters, man. Everything else I could care about.
I
But those
mean,
guys playing together, practicing together, and from what I heard, they've been doing it off the field too. So
and that you can also throw Jake Ferguson and Peyton Hendershot in
yeah, you're
uh
right.
that they've been working with them as long, and Jalen Tolbert also. I think Tolbert's been working with Dak all off season.
Off season. Yep.
So that's good, man, because obviously we see the quarterbacks need that they need their timing and whatnot. But let's talk right. I mean, we got to get caught up with these. We're already at the back end. We just need Deuce Vaughn and is it Jalen Brooks? I believe
Yep.
that's it. So Deuce Vaughn, man, let's not beat around the bush.
I've been waiting for this, man.
I know, man. He's probably one of the more. I mean,
Interesting,
not only,
dynamic.
but his story is just so
Oh
beautiful.
yeah.
The draft day, man, it was just, man, that thing was a tearjerker, man. I mean, to share that moment with his father and then let his father do it. Let's go right into it. We're gonna use NFL Network's.
And I'll say something too, Jerry. Just the sound, like I think the reason everybody can resonate with his story is the fact that his dad's walking up and down the hall, and you could hear the pain in his dad. Like it's not where, but when. You know what I'm saying? Like that just too, bro. It just gets me fired up, man. But let's get into it.
So obviously we know he played at Kansas State, right? His hometown is Round Rock, Texas. So he's actually a Texas boy.
Okay.
Yeah. He's listed at 5'5", just so people know. There's clarification. I know we're gonna have some in-house chime in pretty soon. Ultra Cowboy, which he's already in the thread already. We'll get to him. He's listed at 5'5", 179 pounds. Hard. This his prospect grade is a 5.86, and he was picked in the round six pick. He was the 35th pick in the sixth round. Let's get right into it. He had a 35 and a half inch vert 998 broad jump. It says here Vaughn's father Chris is the assistant director of college scouting for the Dallas Cowboys. Vaughn, started at Cedar Ridge High School in Texas before heading to Kansas State. He was an immediate impact, receiving freshman All American honors and Big 12 Offensive Freshman of the Year award after leading the Wildcats with 642 rushing yards, 123 carries, 5.2 per, that's his average, and 7 TDs, and 434 receiving yards, 25 completions, 17.4 per catch, 2 TDs. He also returned kicks as a freshman, Harv. He had seven total of 145. He was averaging 20.7 yards a carry, or on a kickoff return. I'm sorry, and but did not as a sophomore when he carried the load of the offense. Vaughn ranked ninth in the FBS with 1,404 rushing yards on 235 carries. He's averaging about 6 yards a carry. Tied for eighth with 18 rushing scores. He also it says here he also led KSU with 49 receptions, 468 yards, 9.6 per catch, Harv, 4 TDs, while starting all 13 games, earning first team Associated Press All American honors as an all purpose player and second team All Big 12. Conference accolades as running back. He repeated those honors in 2022, ranked eighth in FBS with 1,558 yards, 293 carries, 5.3 per, while scoring 9 touchdowns, on the ground. Vaughn led the FBS with 1,936 all-purpose yards. He had 42, what is this, receptions, 378 yards. He averaged 9 yards of reception, 3 TDs receiving over 14 starts. This is by Chad Ruder of the NFL, man. I mean, just do you see the progression from how he started, right? Is it safe to say right now? I mean, I know we both kind of have our thoughts on Deuce Vaughn, Harv, but do you think that he's gonna have to take the same approach to make this Cowboy squad?
Yeah, man. I think what is that song? All my life I had to fight. Hey, man, he's gonna have to do it again. And not for the simple fact that he got picked in the 6th round, but the simple fact that he's small, man. That's what everybody gets out of this. He's a small player. Because I'll tell you what, I'm just wondering how many awards Jahmyr Gibbs won. And his total yards compared to Deuce. Right? And the reason I ask that is because this is the question I'm going to ask everybody, whoever's commenting. If Deuce had 4 more inches with all those accolades, would he be the number 1 running back in this draft class?
I believe yes. It's a yes, 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 yes.
So you're just worried about height then?
Pretty much. Everybody is, I think.
So to me, man, I think at the end of the day, I think the versatility has more to do than the Deuce Vaughn running back. I think he's very versatile. And that's the thing you're getting at a. You got to think, Jerry, a 6th-rounder, right? He can do punt return. He can do kick return. He can play running back. He can probably play in the slot.
A lot.
So those are 4 things you're going to get out of a 6th-round pick. He's making the team.
Damn.
He's making
the team. Bold. I didn't even wait until I could ask you that question. Daniel Puente says Deuce for president. Daniel Puente he's a good friend of mine. Hey, if you guys like that parody, that comedy, man, go follow his TikTok. He's funny with it, man. I'll tell you this, his TikToks, they never go.
Is that the one you told me when we first started?
Yeah.
That's the one, right? Yeah, I checked him out. He's pretty good. I like it.
He's the one who helped us grow on TikTok. Ethan Acevedo says they want him to take the Pollard role and make those plays on third, I feel like. And Rich 09021970 on TikTok.
I agree. I can agree with that. Let's
get caught up with our fam on YouTube, man. I mean, YouTube is where it's at, man. That's where you guys need to come. So Ultra Cowboy says last year Tolbert worked with Dak all offseason. The Dalai Lama can't save Tolbert.
He's still with that.
Man, do you
I'm gonna
literally write down what? How can we bash our own players, man? Because for those that don't know, Ultra Cowboy is a Dallas Cowboy. He's a part of Cowboys Nation. Deuce, this is DJ Dog 31. Deuce will be a fan favorite.
yes, yes,
Damian says Vaughn, great running back, just lacks running back height, but never doubt what he can do on the field.
yes, sir.
I mean, this is
Yes,
what
sir. It don't look. The film don't lie, people. The film don't lie.
we don't, man. Uh, Ultra Cowboy, don't get hype over underwear Olympics. Jeez Louise, Ultra Cowboy. Look, Trackhawk in the building. He wanted to make sure.
Let's go, track hawk. Let's go.
Um, so Jose Pais says Round Rock right next to Pflugerville. Yes, sir.
Neighbors, baby, neighbors.
Neck of the woods, right? Hobbit time. Ultra Cowboy, of course. What's going on, Dwight Thrasher? It's been a while.
Up, Dwight?
DJ Dog says, I literally cannot wait to see Deuce in preseason games.
Yes, yes.
Didn't Vaughn start and Austin Powers is mini me? Jeez Louise, man. He literally, when we said on Sunday we're going to talk about this, right, on Tuesday,
He was probably prepared.
it was writing down everything, man. Deuce and B. John Robinson are the same player, same stats. You know what? I want to get to that because I actually have the stats right here. I can read them off to you. So this is what Trek Hawk is talking about. Deuce Vaughn was more than a specialty back. Bijan is deserving of praise as a workhorse and an excellent receiver. These are the comparisons with the rushes and the rushes TDs. So Deuce had 651 yards, 34 TDs. Bijan had, I'm sorry. This is a rushing attempt, right? So it says here Deuce had 651 with 34 TDs. Bijan had 539 with 33 TDs. Reception TDs, Deuce had 116 with 9 TDs, and Bijan had 60 with 8 TDs. So you could see where we're looking at, right? Is that Deuce is he's outscoring Bijan Robinson alone. And on total yards, Deuce has 4,884 yards. Bijan has 4,215 yards. Both played 3 seasons. Just so you guys know, those are the stats that Track Hawk is talking about. So overall, Deuce has a knack for finding the end zone. Is that a safe assessment?
That's a true fact. That's not even an assessment. That's a true fact, man.
Gene Cancillo says Deuce. It sounds like Moose, man.
It does, dude.
Probably hearing that in the stands.
The only thing I keep saying this would make, like, it would just be like topping on the cake, is if he could wear number 2.
That would be nice.
If he could wear number 2, man. Woo!
That 42 does look nice, but probably maybe next year 2 will be Deuce.
Then we could say the deuce is loose.
You are okay, Ultra Cowboy. You are small when you can't hide standing up under a pickup truck. Jeez Louise. What did he say?
Ultra Cowboy, what is wrong with you, man?
I know, man. He was saying that he couldn't get on the big boy rides at the carnivals. Remember, he was saying that? I tell you, man, you're gonna get us in trouble, man. As it is,
man.
some people on TikTok don't like that kind of stuff. He is making the team. He is going to be the starter before the year is over. I'm telling you. Wow, Dwight's really putting himself out in the neck.
Telling you, man.
Putting himself out there like that. He says, I think he'll be a decoy for a while, maybe a returner, but Jerry Jones loves a great story, and this one is one of them. College plays really don't work on at the NFL level. Look, that's understandable, but I could tell you this much right now: the one thing from observing, football for I don't know for the most part of all my life, whatever you did in college, you're going to do in the pros, man. If you're hurt in college, guess what? You're going to be hurt in the pros. If you made plays in college, you're gonna make plays in the pros. That's just the way it works. It just goes hand in hand. Ultra Cowboy says no, Bijan is better. Yes, he is bigger, longer, and probably faster, right? I mean, even his reach, his hand size, probably even too. What's that says? It was also being hard for Dak to get him the ball. Well, I don't know. I think that's all about timing, Jose, when it comes to it. Vaughn will not be starting over Pollard. It's kind of hard, right? Because Pollard really worked his way to become that number one, right? Harv, is that safe to say?
Yeah, yeah.
Ultra Cowboy Deuce is the same player as Robinson. So Trackhawk's not backing down off of that. Stop. Deuce is not Bijan. We already lined up the stats. Someone said Ethan says, I wonder how they are going to split those returns with him and Turpin. Look, that is something that hasn't. I mean, I've heard some people talk about it, but Harv, do you think that Deuce is going to have that entrance as a returner first, and then have packages as a running back slash wide receiver?
I think at first we need to figure out what he can do as a running back first. I mean, obviously, I think if you look at the roster, he's second when it comes to returns behind Turpin. So it's Turpin's job to lose. And as you can tell, at critical times, Turpin did fumble the ball, if we remember correctly.
Especially towards the back end of the season
so security is a big thing. So at the end of the day, there's no more room for error. So he's right behind him. But I think let's see what kind of packages they run with him as a running back first. But I think he's definitely behind Turpin, and it's his job to lose. So, but punts for sure. I could see punts.
Ethan even said maybe punts. Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that.
DJ Dog says he has lined up in the slot and he has no problems running routes.
Nope.
Watch linebackers try to cover this guy and laugh. Jay Fonda, what's up?
What's up, buddy? So
Jack House says compare stats. Ultra Cowboy, they're close. I mean, I just read them off, man. They're really eerily close. In fact, I think Deuce just has more touchdowns, one more touchdown in almost every category. Bijan will be a top 3 running back this year. We're not denying that. And the thing with Bijan is he's expected to play day one. With Deuce, he's going to be able to learn. He's going to be able to have a good mentor with Tony Pollard because Tony Pollard's not that big. Maybe Tony Pollard can show him how to protect his body a little bit. Black Mamba!
She's on. The great Black Mamba 24 is on. I haven't seen her in a while. I haven't heard from her in a while.
She's been working. Remember she told you that?
That's right. She's been working hard.
Gene Castillo says, that is a true sir. And then Richard says, he will shine wherever they put him. Dak Rusher says, who's going to be the next Schultz? Ethan already answered it. He said Jake Ferguson.
That's it. It's Jake Ferguson, man.
Go Vols. That's their username. It says breaking news: Carson Wentz traded to Dallas for Micah Parsons and next 4 first round picks. But to what team? Carson Wentz is a free agent.
He's a free agent.
M Dog 93. I'm hearing Cooks to the Cowboys heating up. Well,
Cooks.
He's
already with
Dalvin Cook.
Dalvin Cook, yes.
So I saw that on Bleacher Report.
So we talked about this, 2 shows ago? Somebody asked about what about Dalvin Cook. Now, for me, I see Dalvin Cook a better fit than Derrick Henry, to be honest.
He's a little bit of a power horse too, right?
Yep.
I mean, even though he's he's not a 6-footer or like 5'11", but he's more of a power back. At Go Vols, somebody's laughing at. It's Rebsa J's laughing at them. Kenny Chesney says Prescott awful for 7 years, interception king. Kenny Chesney, I don't know if he's the interception king because if you look back, it was one bad season of interceptions. Yeah. In fact, Dak has actually had a relatively great career, and he's always protected himself from interceptions.
Yep.
Dallas is average nothing. Kenny, again, you got to go back. They've had the number 1 scoring offense for the last 4 seasons. Just let me see here. Ethan says, seeing Jake got invited to Travis Kelce's tight end camp. I did see that.
Yes, sir.
I'm on the big wigs right now, man. That's the place. Kenny Chesney says Henry is elite. You're delusional, Harvey. He's saying.
He said what?
He's saying you're delusional because he's saying Derrick Henry is elite compared to Dalvin Cook.
I never said he wasn't. I just said that Cook is a better fit. I'm not saying he's not better.
What has he done? And so Ethan said, and Noah Brown dropped like half of those interceptions, which it felt like Noah Brown just kept on popping it right into the defender's hands. Dallas be home playoff dreamers. That's by Kenny Chesney. Rick Jr. Dak is scared of good defensive lines. That's Rick Jr. I think I've seen Dak's eyes before, and when he's locked in, he's a scary player.
Yeah,
That's
he
one
is,
guy
man.
that you don't want to lock in. But I will tell you this: I've seen Dak play. You can see in his eyes that he looks kind of like flustered or fluttered.
Yep, he does.
So I see it. I don't know. I can see that one. Go Vols, you're crazy, man. M Dog says Tyler Smith playing left guard this week. You like that move, Harv? That was
I keep telling y'all,
okay.
man.
We've been saying.
Nobody wants to listen.
Let me play that because just so we know, right? Because obviously we got this thing called the internet machine, right?
So the thing for me is, I think that's the better five, man. I keep saying that, but nobody wants to listen.
I mean,
Everybody keeps saying he's the future left tackle. That's the future, man. We're here now. So I think with the people you have, depending on if you want to put your best five on the field, Tyler Smith is playing left guard.
so let me go ahead and play that. Let me go ahead and play that. Are you guys ready? So this is when they asked Mike McCarthy. This is today.
Tyron Smith, have you seen enough for him to say that this guy can that he can play 17 games? He hasn't done it in a long time. I don't know what the plan is for him, right tackle, left tackle, whatever else. But
So that's Clarence. That's Clarence Hill. Just so you guys know, he asked them. So we saw Tyron Smith out there. We don't know is he left or right, but we haven't played. We haven't seen him play 17 games. What's going on there? So this is Mike McCarthy's response.
I mean, Tyron's been here every day, the whole off season. So I mean, there's not. I mean, almost I think 5 days in the weight room. So I mean, he's definitely preparing himself for that. Actually, we're going to move Tyron to left tackle and Tyler Smith to left guard today. So we want to work that this week, just so we're feeling like we're working all the different combinations.
So obviously, there you go. I mean, he said it. He said it himself. Tyron is at left tackle. Tyler Smith is at left guard. Harv, if Tyron, let's just say he just found that he just touched that or drank that water of the fountain of youth, gives us a whole season plus playoffs plus Super Bowl. I mean, how good is this offensive line if Terrence Steele can be back to where he's at right tackle? He still got Zach Martin. We got a Pro Bowler, Tyler Biadasz.
I'd start mortgaging your house to buy some Super Bowl tickets.
But how good would you rank that lineup with Tyron?
That's not financial advice, by the way.
Yes, we're not financial advisors. So let's just talk about that real quick and we'll get back on Deuce. So Tyron Smith at left tackle, Tyler Smith at left guard, Tyler Biadasz at center, Zach Martin at right guard, Terrence Steele at right tackle. And they're all playing full fours.
Is Zach Martin the only one without a T in the first name?
Really?
That is funny, right?
It is funny.
That is their best five, man.
How good can that offensive line be? And we could go NFC. We'll stick on NFC, right? We don't have to go into AFC because
I'll tell you this. I think we'll give the Philadelphia Eagles a run for their money because I think they had the best offensive line last year. And you could book it like they're going to be good. Now, obviously, hopefully that they're all healthy. If they're all healthy, it could be very dangerous, man. Very, very dangerous.
Very dangerous.
Yep.
So like Black Mama says, long time, fellas. Let's get back with Deuce Vaughn. Happy Taco Tuesday. Thank you very much. Ultra Cowboy. How many Heisman Trophy winners had great stats and never panned out? Cowboys would be fortunate if Deuce is the next Sproles. I mean, look, that's exactly the comp I think that a lot of people want to give him to. So if it is, let's do it. Hudlum is with you. Let's go sign Dalvin. Or let's see if we can bring him in. I think
I like Dalvin, and no,
I do
I
like
know
Dalvin too.
I know people said about Dick Kearney. I just think Dalvin Smith fits what we're trying to do a little bit better than Derrick Henry does, in my opinion.
So TikTok has a lot of comments. Says, you guys think we need a running back more than a receiver at this time? That's by Ed. It's a good question, Harv. I mean, D Hop is out there. He's been the name that been flirting with the Cowboys the longest. Do you think we need a running back more than we need an offensive wide receiver right now? Right now,
That's tough.
Cowboys did sign a wide receiver. He had a really good start with the Chargers. In fact, I think he had two solid seasons with the Chargers. He was actually a Chargers fan favorite, but then he had like a bad fallout with Brandon Staley, and then from there, he hasn't been able to find a home.
So this is the thing. Who asked that question? Who was that?
That was Ed. It was just Ed on TikTok.
Ed. So this is my thing about those two positions. As of right now, we don't need either. As of right now. Now, my question is, if we get Dalvin Cook, do you keep Rojo?
Ooh. And we did hear a coach, right? Coach, he's a coach for here for Texas. He said Rojo can be that running back for the Cowboys. He did say that, and that's because he was a Buccaneers fan, and he says he liked Rojo. Said that he liked how Rojo had turned himself into a power back coming out as a speed back.
Yeah. So my thing is, as of right now, I don't think so. But you can never have enough running backs in this league, man. Honestly, especially after what happened against the Niners. Pollard went down. I think Zeke was a little hurt too. So, yeah, I don't know, man. You can never have enough good running backs.
We still got Malik Davis and Rick Dotto.
So my thing is, right now, I don't think so. Let's see how training camp plays out, even if they're still available, because I think there's still a lot of good players in the free agency right now.
And I think the Cowboys have what, 20.5?
20.4?
20.4, I'm sorry. 20.4. I will tell you this, it's been down to two teams, right? They're saying the interest is between the Cowboys and let me see if I could double check that.
Jets.
The Jets. So I think if they can't find a trade partner, he is going to be released. I believe that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, so I'm going to answer Benjamin Ramirez, 171. Nobody talks about Josh Allen's leading turnover season. Why is that?
It is because I believe he's made it to the AFC Championship one time.
But still, man, everybody gets on Dak, but they don't get on Allen very much, do they?
No.
Man, it's the Cowboys.
It's the Cowboys.
Allen said, "What up, boys? What up, Allen? How about them boys?" Yep.
Let me finish some of these though. Ethan Acevedo says, unfortunately, I feel like Tyron is not going to be giving the Cowboys at least 10 games. I mean, it's been like what, since 2015, Harv, that he's played a full season?
He's right, man.
You're right.
We don't know.
You're right. We don't know about that. Richard says, what you guys think about Monty Smith pick?
It's going to make this defense dominant, man.
I love it, man.
Dominant. I'm telling you right now.
It was easier to make the defense stronger than to get the offense up to par with the defense. So I love the pick with Monty. I think if you can rush only 4 down linemen and they can take care of stopping the run and getting to the quarterback, wow, man. You got more people covering, and you know what? Sacks are going to come you.
The biggest thing for everybody, I think, with Monty, real quick, and I'll say it, is that he played a certain role in that defense that didn't make him elite, but it's there. They made him play that 4 square stand, and that's not him, man. I'm telling you right now, that dude can get up the field. So with this kind of defense, especially with Dan Quinn, he's going to be a beast, man.
I agree. Govo says, by the way, I made that breaking news up. Don't be telling everybody that stuff. They'll think you're crazy. No, because I specifically said your name. And then, of course, Ethan says, laughing out loud. Pro Bowler. Mad Dog says, the O-line would be insane, boys. I like that. I like to hear that with the 5 that we have. I seen that dude they pick up after the draft was praised highly. I mean, a lot of those players were praised highly, Harv. The whole, we're going to talk about them next. I mean, we're one player away from getting into it. Gene Castillo says, end the regular season. Go Vols. Also, commented the Titans defense would shred the Cowboys O line. Ed says, do you think the Cowboys will try to make an attempt to go after Hopkins?
He said the Titans D would shred that O line.
Mm-hmm.
That's funny because we beat them 27-13 last year, didn't we?
We did.
And it wasn't even that offensive line. Well, anyways, never here and there.
Yeah. Ed, I will answer that question. I think that the Cowboys, in fact, all Cowboys Nation and Jerry Jones they're off D Hop. I think D Hop is probably going to end up with the Houston Texans. To be honest with you, how's the Cowboys depth? How's the Cowboys edge depth? That was by MB.
Oh man, I think it's probably one of the stronger ones because I think they're moving Goldston back to the defensive end instead of defensive tackle just because of all the stuff that happened last year. Galmore wasn't playing very good. He got deactivated 3 times out of the year. So they moved Goldston in to kind of help out. But you got obviously Micah Parsons. We have Sam Williams. We have Fowler. We have Goldston now. Armstrong.
D-Law.
And now we got D-Law. But I think
Junior Francisco.
I don't want to count D-Law as defensive end anymore. I think they're going to start making him move inside. So if you look back at the film from last year, towards the end of the year, he started playing more defensive tackle in some of those packages. Did you see that? Remember the Texans game when they stopped him on the goal line?
Yes.
That was D-Law playing inside. So, but you also got to think, we also have Isaiah Land. Even though he's a linebacker, he's kind of like a joker, kind of like a Micah Parsons kind of player. So you got him as well. And don't forget, we also have Wheatley from Texas A&M. So I think the depth chart is unbelievable, man. So especially at defensive end.
Ethan says, I want Zeke back, but for cheap. And Dog 93 says Miami, I heard, is interested as well. And they're talking about Dalvin Cook. They're having a little side combo. Dak makes back clutch decisions. That's by Brian Brashears. I think it was just this last year where he was put under the magnifying glass because of how the previous year it ended up in the playoffs. But I mean, it was the same play calling all season and the year before that too.
And the other thing is that I did miss was you also got to think about. We forgot about Tack McKinley.
Oh yeah, he's still on the roster too.
So I mean, I think defensive end we're fine because, like Jerry said, we can also move Fuhoko to defensive end too. He can play defensive end as well. So
I think they're gonna. That's how they said they're gonna bring him in, right? They're defensive end, and then eventually make him gain weight, become pair with Monty. Cowboys are on everyone's hit list. That's Gene Castillo. Yes, they are, man.
Yeah.
M Dog 93. Cowboys defense will be top 5 for sure. Sam Williams is gonna have a breakout year. Watch. And then he says, I want to see Texas.
Hey, everybody wants to see that guy.
He's talking about the Marion Overshow, and he wants to see the Marion Overshow. Let me see. My favorite podcast is the Cowboy Cast. Hey, we appreciate you, 5-time champ 49ers. We really
appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Cherakal says thoughts on new rules.
Is he talking about what rules? The kickoff. There's a lot of them that are new. I think
it's a lot, man.
Yeah.
I think if anything, it's almost. It looks like anytime the NFL tries to make any kind of move, it delays the game, and I think that we'll see, man. It's gonna be one of those things where we might see some of these whatever's been passed. They might change it come next season. Yep. Remember the pass interference thing that they what was it, the reviewable pass interference? They changed
that was bad.
Just the way it's handled. Black Mama says I'm rooting for Deuce.
Yes,
man, we're all rooting for Deuce. Jose Baez, in order to save him from his size and screenplays being used, but Dallas will have to get a lot better at them.
Yeah.
You know what? I think they actually have 2 of the better screenplay callers in Brian Schottenheimer and with Mike McCarthy. But I mean, of course there's other ones better. But I will tell you this: somebody is 5'5", getting around somebody is 6'5". I mean, they're not going to see him, man. So he has an opportunity to, if he gets to touch the ball and run the rock, I think that he's gonna make some big plays, man. Like just gashing out big plays. Like Mama, I'm excited to see how we use that fullback to help Pollard. Man, that's your guy, Harv.
That's my guy. And it's coming, guys. Trust me. I want to do it so bad. But we got to get through these picks, man. We got one more left. So we'll get to old
Hunter Lupke.
Lukey. We'll get to him.
And he's been practicing with the first team too. So just so you guys know. Jay Fona says, love how everyone is crowning Bijan as the next great thing without playing a down in the NFL. He's good, but ATL is at their O-line is mid, and they have one good option in London. Pitts has health issues. Now, look, Jay Fona, we got to be careful with this.
No, I agree with him 100%.
The thing is that they had two no names, right? Because Cordell Patterson went down, but they had two no names, and one of them actually almost topped 1,000 yards rushing. I don't want to butcher his name, but it looks like his last name is spelled like alligator, but it's at Glear. Oh my goodness!
You can get 1,000 yards, but they won 7 games.
Mid dog. I'm sorry. M Dog 93 says Orgeron can play. Great pick. 510 champ 49 says October 8th. We're something nice to the wear something nice to the funeral.
I will definitely wear something nice to that.
Man, we're gonna be wearing. Hey, you better check in, man. You better check in with us, man, because I was very bold last year on one of the predictions because we started this in November, and man, I ate crow, man. We had like 6,000 people just bashing on us, man.
It's all good though. It's all good.
I had to just take it, man. Oh yeah, I seen forward passes. Yes, right. So I guess Ethan's talking with somebody else. M Dog 93. You like McCarthy as head coach, Harf?
I'm okay. He doesn't excite me, but I'm okay with it.
I mean, aside from the first year, I mean, back-to-back 12-5 seasons. I mean, it's not too bad.
So this is my thing with Mike McCarthy, right? If Kellen Moore was making so much bad decisions on situational football, why would he still be with the team?
It's true. Very true.
It's almost like you're the owner of your business and your manager keeps messing things up over and over again. He does the same things, right? Insanity, doing the same things over again, expecting a different result. That's what's happening with Kellen Moore. How can you do that? So I don't know. Mike McCarthy has some blame to go around too.
We'll see, man. We'll definitely see. And then 510 Jam 49 says, y'all, my guys, I'm definitely checking in.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Ultra Cowboy says, I'll pass on Dalvin. Give up your first for Quentin Nelson. Okay.
Ooh, that ain't gonna happen.
I mean, the Colts would not give up Quentin Nelson.
That's low for a first.
Dude, Quentin Nelson is like Zach Martin's little brother or something. You know what I mean? Like
Quentin Nelson's a beast.
He is a beast. Ultra Cowboy, the Super Bowl move is going to get a premier offensive line. The Super Bowl move is going to get a premier offensive line. Of course, Ultra Cowboy already has a player in mind for the Dallas Cowboys next year. Remember, Tyler Smith will be the starting left tackle. Ultra Cowboy, he's playing left guard. Just so you know, we already played the tape. Tyrone will blow out his back picking up a jock strap. Jeez Louise, Ultra Cowboy, do not put any.
You need to proofread on our own players, Ultra Cowboy, because Ultra Cowboy gets in trouble.
Tyrone last game was left tackle, was getting owned by 49ers in the 2021 playoffs. I watched the interview with McCarthy, answered well. Tyler Smith is in his interview basically said he will be there. Left tackle Clarence Hill even said it in his tweet. Yes. Tyrone Smith is washed. Stop living in 2020. 2015, you mean? Because that was the last year he played full season. 5-time champ 49ers. He goes, what size of shirts y'all wear so I could get y'all some 49er jerseys, bro?
Hey, put it this way, 5-time champ. I'll do this. I'll do this. If the 49ers win, what is October? Is it 3rd or 5th? I got to look back. Anyways, that's besides the point. Let's do it right now. October 8th. If the 49ers win, I will wear a 49ers shirt, but you have to send it to me. Signed by you.
October 8th.
How about that? How about that?
It's October.
5-champ 49ers.
October 8th. I'm in Central Time, so that's 7:20 my time, probably 8:30 Eastern.
You got Twitter?
Yeah,
you got
October
Twitter?
8th.
You got Twitter? Hit me up on Twitter. Javier Zuniga. I
Oh.
will wear the 49ers shirt.
If you have a hard time finding it, you go to the Cowboy Cast.
Now, look, listen. If I win, I got to get you a Cowboy t-shirt and you got to wear it and take a picture with it. You got to take a picture with it. That's it. That's it.
How tall was Walter Payton? Could always get an instant 2 yards, man. Walter Payton was a small back, right? But damn, sweetness. Gene Castillo, that was. And Gene Castillo says, wow, that's going to hurt. And he's right, Art. That would hurt.
I don't care, man. I don't care.
It's a good bet.
Let's go.
It's a great bet. It's a great bet. Ultra Cowboy says Tyler, Reisner, Yadish, Martin, Steele, and Tyrone will be uninjured. Jeez Louise. He could have just said he could have been the swing tackle, but no, he's on injured IR. But Dalton Reisner, it would be interesting to be brought in because he could work with Duke Manyweather, who gets his offensive lineman going and ready to go, all pro level. Hoodlum said, I don't think Henry is fit for the Cowboys. Thank you, Hoodlum, for that. Nah, I would sign Henry, Black Mamba. Wow. Okay, so we're kind of divided on that. Colts are rebuilding. Call them to see what it would take for Quentin Nelson, 27 years old. That has $12 million cap hit. Man, I don't know, man. I think that they're actually going to be contenders in that AFC South. In fact, I think that AFC South is probably going to be one of the more exciting teams in the AFC just because, the emergence of Trevor Lawrence and the Jags, CJ Stroud getting to the Texans and Anthony Richardson to the Colts. I mean, the Titans even got a quarterback, but we're seeing that he's struggling right now. Of course, if you guys want to check us out on the East West, because we talk about all teams there, eastwestfootball.com. We have a website. We have people that do great articles, but of course, find us on YouTube. Subscribe on that channel too. Help us get that one up to 1K. We're also looking to get this channel on 1K before the start of the year.
Yes, sir.
Please hit that subscribe button if you guys catching this on the replay. Ultra Cowboy says Josh made it to the AFC Championship and he loses to Mahomes or Burrow. Dak loses to Jimmy G and Purdy. Josh made it to the AFC Championship and he loses to Mahomes and Burrow. Dak loses to Jimmy G.
To better players is what he's saying.
But Jimmy G missed a wide open.
He did. He was a wide open man.
Wasn't it Sanders? What's his first name?
Emmanuel Sanders.
Emmanuel Sanders, man. That
wide
was
open. Wide open.
Wide open. And then Brock Purdy, I mean, honestly, look. Brock Purdy looks like he has great upside for the 49ers.
He does.
But are they rushing him?
I think they are, man. They're gonna regret that.
If you're the 49ers, go with Sam Darnold. Try to see if you can put some packages for Trevor Lawrence. Let Brock Purdy stay, man, because Brock Purdy looks like he can give you that future. He just very cerebral in his attack. I've never seen that in the rookie at all, especially from a pure pocket passer. That's because Josh Allen, Justin Herbert, Joe Burrow, and Trevor Lawrence are in the NFL golden boys. They can do no wrong.
They can.
You're absolutely right, man. That's why the NFC that's why the NFC is so wide open, right, Harv? Because we don't have those quarterbacks on.
We don't, man.
Hoodlum says, leave Zeke on the couch, please. Do not bring him back. So Hoodlum's done with Zeke. Facts, Hoodlum, Ultra Cowboy, Black Mama Hoodlum. I agree, but I think Jerry will bring him back for Dak. They are BFFs, and he did build a big old mansion like 45 minutes away from the star. Zeke is not coming back. Ultra Cowboy, be careful, man. Tyler Algier, there you go, from ATL is who you're talking about. But that's because they had no quarterback to throw, so he got like 3.
That's what I'm trying to say. These guys are all wrapped up about Atlanta. They ain't got no quarterback, man.
They don't. Tyler Heineke, though, he did string up some wins for the Commodes. Dan Quinn is so awesome. He allowed 19 points to a 7th-round quarterback. Jeez Louise. And I wasn't even looking at that. I should have read that before I even said it. Last 2 weeks, Tyler was starting left tackle.
Yep.
If the 49ers win, I will wear a Jerry Rice jersey. Hey, that's a good homage right there. Jerry Rice is one of the greatest of all time.
The greatest of all time.
He is. He's the GOAT. Cowboys winning the 49er game. they will be hyped for that game. I think so too,
They
man.
are, man.
Like I'm so excited for football. Go boys, man.
Let's
We all
go.
are. That's what we're doing is with Anthony Richard, quarterback with no weapon on offense. Also, they are about to lose their starting quarterback to a gambling suspension. Man, I had read that it was Michael Pittman.
Nah,
And
they'll be fine. They got Pierce still, right?
yeah, Alec
And they
Pierce,
just drafted Josh Downs.
your guy, man, Josh Downs.
Hey, real quick to champ. This champ keeps putting stuff up here. 5-time champ, send an email to the Cowboys Cast at gmail.com. That way I got your email. And when the day comes, you will be wearing that Cowboy shirt.
Look, Hamster's back, bro. Where's Hamster been?
What? Chicago? Where's he been, Hamster?
Where's
We
he
miss you, bro.
Yeah, you already know. You already know you better have not left our subscription on YouTube. You better still be subscribed on YouTube, man. P Sauce is back. He says we need to sell out for Super Bowl run and pick up a stud guard. Look what the Lambs did. I'll take that. And Jay Funny says no one said boo boo when Josh Allen led the league in interceptions. I believe he still got first place MVP votes. Make it make sense. And it's called the Star, baby.
They hate it, man.
Star, man.
The NFL hates the fact that the Cowboys even get close to a Super Bowl. They would hate that.
I mean, just the name, the Star, right? I mean,
yeah.
Who doesn't want to be a star, Harv? And anybody that gets picked up or drafted by the Cowboys or signed in free agency, man, they make money just by being a Cowboy through endorsement deals and whatnot. At UC, DQ did not play. It's the players that allowed those points. You know what? Black Mamba is correct. But again, why couldn't that offense get back rolling? And they had a great season with Kyle Shanahan at the helm. They hate us because they ain't us. That is hilarious right there. Look, and he goes, you got to book what do you say? You got to look up to find the star. Yes, sir, man. Because you're not gonna see no stars on the bottom, man. And I know a lot of people say this, but I honestly feel like this is the season for the Cowboys, man. And you can hear it in the voices of these players, man.
I think they're tired, man.
Not only that, but like I wish I could say for verbatim what Michael Parsons said. He was just saying every year they're getting better. They're going a little bit step further. He goes, this is the year. We got our quarterback. We got Motzi. I could feel it. This is our year to get into the Super Bowl. You know what? They're going to rely on this. They're going to rely on this defense. You got Stephon Gilmore, man. You can't be playing those tricks that you were doing last year, just heaving it up to whoever was opposite, whatever wide receiver opposite Trayvon Diggs, right? Can't be doing that with. I'm sorry, you're not gonna be able to do that with Stephon Gilmore, man. He's too smart. I don't care if he's lost a step. He's too smart technically wise. He's not gonna let any wide receiver get past him. Hoodlum, yes, indeed. And that offense hit a wall against San Francisco once Pollard went down. Dak wasn't playing well, but when he was down to one option in Lamb and the defense knew what when there was blood in the water. Yes, the 49ers are it is what it is, man. I think that they have a great system in place, just so people know we've done our homework. That the 49ers didn't create that defense, right, Harv?
Nope.
That defense is actually a cover 6 shell. You called it the umbrella, right?
Yep.
But that defense was introduced by a little older man.
Fangio.
Vic Fangio, man. We were saying, man, if we lost Dan Quinn, we were like, oh, Cowboys better get in, man, because Vic Fangio. I'll tell you this much right now, but if you hear Dan Quinn, it looks like he's trying to incorporate some of that cover 6.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you this, if we're able to and if we can get this this defensive line, I'm sorry, and let them work together on the defensive line, damn, Harv, we're gonna have so much people covering. They're not gonna be able. They're gonna have to go to a bunch of checkdowns, and this Cowboys defense could probably look 2 times better than the 49ers. I know I might sound like a homer, but I'm just telling you the truth, man. That's how improved this defense is. Jay Fonda says didn't help the special needs more could call the game like he was calling Icebox from Little Giants. the annexation of Puerto Rico, right?
Yeah, he was horrible, man.
Peace out says thanks to our defense, Dak will have a career year. It's and Gene Castillo says it's on Dak. 5-time champ says Cowboys, a great, highly revered franchise. However, I don't like them. It's all good. It's all good, man. Look, I will tell you this much right now. I do not like the 49ers, but I respect them.
This is the when like we got to think about this, and we talked about this last season. In the last like 10 years, these teams have never been like this before since like the 90s.
Mm-hmm. It's good to
like
see.
If I feel like the Niner Cowboy rivalry is just like it's at its peak, right? The other thing is this Cowboys Eagles, like it's getting crazy, man. Like it's making the NFL better overall. Like the NFC East is getting better too. Don't get me wrong, but I just think the Cowboys, Niners, Cowboys, Eagles, like it's must-watch football, man. It's like it hasn't been the same the last couple of years.
Yeah.
So these last 2 years, like I'm telling you, man, it's gonna be crazy.
And then you could throw the Eagles now. They're trying to sit at the big boy table. You know what
They
I mean?
are. They're trying to sit at the big boy.
And look, I
table.
like what he said. 5-time champ says both franchises craving for that.
Yes, sir. Like, round of applause for that.
Oh, so, yeah, round of applause, man. Hey, and the way we say it, right? Because we speak text-books here. I don't know if you guys know this, right? But it's called the chase for Sace. You know what I'm saying? So Cowboys been on that chase for Sace since 95. Jeez Louise, it's been a long time. Hurry up and pay CD and Diggs. It's gonna cost them more later.
Peace sauce is right, bro.
It really is.
Pay them now.
Gene Castillo says it's a grudge match at this point.
It is.
Philip says out of everybody, Zach Martin deserves a ring.
Yes.
I agree, man. He's been a great leader, and he's been the ideal citizen to the whole offensive line.
He's given up less sacks than he has Pro Bowls.
That's crazy, right, Harvey? That when they put that stat up, we're like, this can't be real, and it was real. It was like Mama says, one important thing must happen for us to win. Dak needs to play good, not great, because when he was great, he forgot how to be good. He skipped good and went to terrible. I think a lot of us were upset with Dak because he never took chances, and then finally, when he needed to take chances, it was just the wrong timing.
Yep.
But I will tell you this: from everything you hear, Coach Mike McCarthy talk about and Brandon Cooks, is that the speed is that every wide receiver is fast. Michael Gallup, CeeDee Lamb, Brandon Cooks still runs a 4.3.
Remember, they got Tyron Johnson. He
Really
runs a 4.36.
Yep. And he's a similar build as Tolbert, Gallup,
6'1",
6'1",
195.
Jose País, cálmate, María Carmen.
Why is it always Jose, man?
Why do you do that?
Jose's the only. He's the only.
Man, that's dirty, man. That's bad.
Come on, man.
I'm gonna.
And it's not Maria Carmen. It's Maria Mercedes.
Kellen's play sheet, deep comebacks, crossers with a check down for 3 yards. There you go. That's him. That's exactly. He's right, man. It's like go to hey, where's the first down marker at? All right, just give me a comeback right there. Let me see. Eagles. Okay, so 5-time 49ers says Eagles franchise. Okay, but 49ers Cowboys are in a different stratosphere.
Yep, he's right about that.
Jerry, I love
Jerry,
it.
Who's that?
Yeah, I love it. Thank you, it's my family. I remember everybody hated the Zach Martin picks too. Yeah,
hey,
I wanted it. Jarvis Frederick.
Hey, you gotta lie, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I was one of those.
You wanted Johnny Manziel. Just say it. Look at Johnny Manziel.
No, I didn't want Johnny Manziel, but
let me finish with Deuce Vaughn real quick, okay? Look, these are the strengths that Deuce Vaughn's gonna bring. Productive as a ball carrier and pass catcher. Displayed his durability carrying heavy workload, elusive to sidestep early penetration, comfortable navigating through tight creases, able to bend and cut at crisp angles. Low center of gravity bolsters contact balance, capable of running routes from the slot and empty sets. Those are his strengths. These are his weaknesses. Measurables fall well below NFL norm at the position. Takes runs off track unnecessary at times. We've seen a couple stutter steps, right? Needs to be quicker through the line and the pros. Of course, this is all not a weakness that he had in college. It's just what a weakness may have coming into the NFL, right? Runs with unusual long strides for a short back. I mean, Harv, did he have long strides? I just saw him running his heart out. Didn't you just see that?
Yeah, I don't.
Struggles
I don't
to
know.
find instant acceleration after tapping the brakes. On that one, I don't really see that too, man. I saw him make some nice, nasty catches, man, and not built for blitz pickups. Now that I think every running back that comes into the NFL struggles with. Harvey's
Yeah,
at
yeah. There's a lot of running backs that struggle with that.
So let's get caught up real quick. Dak just needs to do things ball low and cut down interceptions. Yeah, I think with this offense, you're gonna see that he's not gonna be asked to read defenses, and both Dak and his receivers are not gonna be asked to run an option within the read. They're just gonna run the route, and they're gonna be playing faster. And I think some of these the interception things are not gonna be. It's gonna be a thing of old. Five-time champ says, Alvin Harbor broke my teenage heart in '92 with the 80-yard game-winning TD, man. You know which one was for me, man, when Deion Sanders had that push off against Michael Irvin for the interception.
That was horrible.
Dang.
That was horrible. That
That
broke my heart,
called.
man.
It broke my heart. He should have been called. That should have been it, man.
Hey, TikTok, give us some likes, man. Punch them likes.
They did 2,600 likes, man.
Appreciate it, man.
That. All right, Farley's a good time. Got to hit it. Hit the hay. 4:30 for work. Early comes early.
Wow.
It is 9:23 my time. That's 10:23 your guys' time. AJ Fun, a good night, Black Mamba. Javi, my hat, bro.
It's coming to you, Black Mamba. Just wait. I've been super.
Five-time champ says his dad saw him cry.
Oof.
I'm not gonna lie to you, man. The Cowboys had me furiated as a young kid, man. Especially when Leon Lett had that. Oh my god, man! Leon Lett, when he holding that football like a loaf of bread. The Cowboys were gonna break the record in the Super Bowl, right, for touchdowns. Oh, and then when Leon Lett cost the Cowboys game against the Dolphins when it snowed inside Texas State.
When he tried to grab that block kicked, yeah.
He didn't even need to do that. Gene Castillo says the flags are still falling. Blessings to y'all. Wish y'all both sincere greatness. Hey,
send me an email, brother. Appreciate it, man.
Cowboycast@gmail.com. Let's see here. PPC.
PPR.
PPR. Oh yeah. Ricochet. That's it for us, guys. Thank you for tuning in.
Be nice, TikTok.
Be nice, TikTok. We'll be back on Sunday, man. We're gonna break down the last one. Thank you, man. They're still sending the likes. Appreciate that. We will see you guys Sunday. And YouTube, you guys be nice. Jose, come on. Always a great show. Black Mama, always great to have you on. Jose, come on, hurry up.
I almost feel like it's really, no offense to anybody else, but it's really not a show if Black Mamba's not on. Is it not? Like,
I mean, no.
You just saying, oh, Black Mamba, like, it's greatness in itself just because it's Kobe.
I love it. Hoodlum says,
you already know, Hoodlum.
Peace, love, and soul. Jose Pais is changing it up. He's not saying, make sure you get your pets spayed and neutered, right?
Yeah.
Like Mama says, whatever. Oh.
She
like
knows.
Mama. She knows. I love you guys in YouTube.
Man.
You guys have a good night,
Keep
man.
it real.